Welcome back. Welcome back for the General Organic Chemistry session. We have been telling you about the General Organic Chemistry, which will be helpful for us when we will write the reaction mechanism and understand the physical and chemical properties of different organic compounds. And today is the lecture based on classification of the organic compounds. You see that the number of organic compounds is very, very large now. As it started with organic compounds, with the chemistry of carbon compounds, hydrocarbons, and then derivatives of the hydrocarbons. And the compounds are such in large number, then there is a need for classification of the organic compounds. And also you will see that IUPAC has given a system of naming these organic compounds also, because the number is very, very large now. So we are talking of classification of the organic compounds and some of the basic concepts in general organic chemistry students. They can be classified on two bases. We can do the classification based on structure. See, when I say classification students, classification can be done either on the basis of their structure. We can discuss the classification on their structure or on their functional group students. Because ultimately you will see there is some difference in the structure of the carbon compounds. And second, we will see that there are functional groups which are present, which will decide the chemical and physical properties of the organic compounds. So we should be able to know both of these type of classifications. And you will see that when I say organic compounds, they have been given alicyclic or open chain compounds. So here you have alicyclic or open chain compounds and cyclic or closed chain or ring compounds. Acyclic means what? Cyclic means A means which is not cyclic, which is open chain. So most of the times you are talking of open chain compound students. But carbon has a ability to form rings, you know. It can form rings 4, 5, 6, 7 and so membered rings also. So there will be closed chains, cyclic compounds also, ring compounds also in the organic compounds. So when open chain, for example, when you are writing compounds like this, all these are these are all open chain compound students, you are aware of them. So different functional groups we know. And then you can say cyclic or closed chain. Cyclic or closed chain compound student, there can be two types of cyclic or closed chain compounds. Homocyclic or carbocyclic compounds. Homo or carbo means what? You know what is the meaning of homo in chemistry? Same carbon atoms will be there in the cyclic rings, homo. Or that's why you say carbocyclic, carbocyclic. Hetero means, when I say hetero students, then what is going to happen? There will be at least one element other than carbon. What are those? Nitrogen, oxygen, halogen, sulfur, or any element which is other than carbon. That will be hetero. Homo means the rings which you are having students, they contain carbon. Carbon as a main, only carbon is present in the ring. Yes or no? Okay? We know about this homo and hetero. Any doubt? Is it okay? When I say
Yes,
homo?
sir, no doubt.
Okay. Now, in homocyclic also, they are saying there are alicyclic compounds and aromatic compounds, students. Homocyclic also, what we are saying, there are alicyclic students, alicyclic compounds and aromatic. Now, when I said aromatic, aromatic compounds have got different properties than these alicyclic compounds. If I write like this, these are alicyclic. And when I talked of aromatic, there are two types of that. Benzene, benzenoids, benzenoid and non-benzenoid. You know what are benzenoids? Benzene, we know the structure of benzene, students, now, right? Benzene, you can have compounds of benzene, benzenoid. Aromatic compounds and non-benzenoid compounds also are there, which are aromatic. We will see the structure of some of them, non-benzenoid compounds, which are aromatic. So this is a classification we are saying based on the structure, Let us see more information about this. Let us see what we are talking about, student. देखो, alicyclic or open chain compounds. These are also called aliphatic compound and consist of straight or branch chains. You say that they are aliphatic organic compounds. They will talk of aliphatic organic compounds, students. So in aliphatic, what you are having? Straight or branch chain. Straight chain or branch chain carbons. Examples here, we are giving plenty of examples. Ethane, this is a branch chain. Yes or no? Branching. Isobutane, 2-methyl propane, 2-methyl propane. This is our acetaldehyde, acetic acid. Similarly, we can write so many. They are all open chain compounds or acyclic compounds, students. They are also called aliphatic compounds. These are all examples of that. The carbon atoms are present in the form of open chain, students. Got it? Noted the point? Carbon atoms are present.
Yes, sir.
Form of open chain. This chain may either be straight or branched. There is no ring. Did I show any carbon ring here? Carbon ring is not present.
No, sir. No, sir.
So that is why the word a cyclic means which is cyclic. A cyclic which is not cyclic. It is not cyclic. No, not cyclic means a cyclic. So they are aliphatic organic compounds. These were initially known as aliphatic compounds because the compounds of this class were derived from either animal or vegetable fats. Aliphatic fats, fat. I mean, they were derived from animal or vegetable fats. That's why they named earlier aliphatic. And in chemistry, we are giving them the name acyclic or open chain compound. You can write large number of these compounds, no problem. I can keep on writing whatever you want. There. So they are all what we are talking of, acyclic or open chain compounds. All right. When I am classifying on the basis of structure, here's what structure they have: open or branched. That's all. I'm coming to the next part of it. Acyclic or closed chain or ring compounds. Now, ring. See, carbon has the ability to form rings. This is a very important point. That's why such a large number of compounds are there. Carbon can form straight chains. Carbon can form rings, cyclic chains. Carbon can form cyclic chains, which gives rise to ring compounds. This gives ring compounds. So there will be one or more closed chains or ring atoms in their structure. They will have at least one or more closed chains closed or ring of atoms. Ring of atoms. This is very interesting and amazing that carbon can form rings. Usually it's very unbelievable that carbon is able to form rings, but we know carbon has ability to form cyclic rings, and these bonds are quite stable, especially six-membered rings will be quite stable. And lower membered or higher membered will become unstable, then they will dissociate. They will dissociate. Even we will study the glucose structure, which is in our course, and fructose. So we will see carbon can form cyclic ring structures, ring structures. So here you have shown, and depending on whether there is a presence of any other atom apart from carbon, the constitution of ring can be classified as homo. Or homo means you can see in these rings there is only carbon students. These are all carbon. These are all carbons. Is there any other element than carbon in the ring? Tell me here. Cyclopropane, cyclohexane, cyclobutane.
No, sir. Only.
So homo means there is only carbon in the constitution of the ring. Constitution of the ring is only carbon. These are some of the important compounds which are homocyclic. And heterocyclic will be those students in which there will be at least one atom other than carbon. Hetero means there is at least one atom other than carbon.
Carbon.
In the ring.
Yes, sir.
Ring. For example, here you see oxygen. This is an important compound which will be used as a solvent. THF, tetrahydrofuran. This is an oxygen, not a carbon in the ring. This is very important solvent which will be used in organic chemistry. Tetrahydropyran. Pyran, you see, pyran. This is a six-membered ring with oxygen and 1,4-dioxane. See, there are two oxygens in the ring. So they are example of the heterocyclic compound, students. All these are important because they will be used in our organic chemistry. This will be also used. We'll see somewhere. THF, short form of the tetrahydrofuran, 1,4-dioxane. They are good. They are used as good solvents, so they become important in organic chemistry. So you can have, students, a cyclic or cyclic. Cyclic you can have homo or hetero. Okay? Got it?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now coming to the aromatic compounds, student, aromatic compounds are very stable compounds. You know, they are different from the other compounds which we discussed in 11th class. Also, you have been told about aromatic compound. When we discussed, we talked first of benzene, students. You see, interesting thing was this. I hope you are now aware of it. Benzene has got 3 double bonds as per the structure, but it does not give the test of a double bond. That means it was extra stable. It was extra stable. Why there was extra stability? Do you remember? You know what is the reason for the extra stability of benzene? And we said it is an aromatic compound. What was the reason for that, students? Because you know these pi electrons are not localized. They are not present only on these carbons. We showed another structure for this. What was that? You shift the position of the double bond, students. This is another possibility. And how do we represent them? You represented benzene like this, students. Got it? But it means to you, students, when I represent benzene like this, that it has a delocalized pi electrons. These pi electrons are not localized. They are not fixed on one carbon. They are present all over the benzene ring, students. And that is why it becomes extra stable. It is not giving the property of the bromine water test, which is given by the alkenes. So there is a resonance energy of the benzene, and therefore extra stability is there, and it is, you know what type of reaction it is undergoing. It is undergoing electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. You have seen that important reactions of benzene. What was that? Electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. You have seen that how it reacts with Cl2 in the presence of FeCl3. What is the product? When I reacted like this, chlorobenzene. Remember? Yes or no? Tell me, yes or
Yes.
no? We studied that reaction in 11th. The reagent electrophile was involved in the reaction. So benzene and other related ring compounds like alicylic compound aromatic may have also have hetero atom in the ring. Such compounds are called heterocyclic aromatic compounds. Some of the examples. You know that there is a 4n plus 2 rule aromaticity. Yes or no? In 11th class you studied that. This molecule should be planar, right or wrong? So we studied the conditions for the aromaticity. We should have 4n plus 2 pi electrons, 4n plus 2 pi electrons, students, and molecule should be planar. So only then, so that these electrons become delocalized and they become aromatic. So here are benzene, aniline, naphthalene. They are all example of benzenoid aromatic compounds. They have benzene ring, yes or no? These compounds. Benzene ring,
Yes, sir.
but non-benzenoids are also known. Non-benzenoid. See azulene, tropolone, and some of these we have represented furan. Furan is very important. Azulene, thiophene. There it has sulfur. This is hetero. This has a hetero also. Heterocyclic aromatic compound. You see, heterocyclic aromatic compounds. That means they will have an atom other than carbon in the aromatic ring. In the aromatic ring, yes or no? Hetero means other. Here you have furan, heterocyclic aromatic compound, thiophene, pyridine. You know, they
Yes,
will
sir.
have 4n plus 2 pi electrons as we have given in the 11th class course, students. The conditions of the aromatic molecule is planar. So this is a type of classification you are familiar with. And here you also have some compounds like bicyclic, tricyclic,
Hmm.
naphthalene, anthracene, and phenanthrene.
Yes, sir.
This is here you can see they are fused here.
Hmm.
Two rings, three rings are fused. So they are all examples of aromatic compounds. Now further I'm saying classification can be done on the basis of the functional group, students.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
And this is important now. This is important because when you will write the IUPAC names, you know what type of functional groups we were there. Alcohols, carboxylic acid. Here is a recap of that. You know, there is a table which we must learn. This table we should know, student, because a lot of students don't know this and how they will be able to do the organic chemistry. For example, alkanes, of course, no problem for all the students. They know it, students. This is your alkanes, students, which you are saying CnH2n plus 2. And you can see that in the IUPAC system of naming also, the last letter suffix ane, alkenes have got double bond, students,
Hmm.
at least one double bond. What do you call as alkenes? General formula you are writing CnH2n and you are using ene as a suffix, ane as a suffix, students.
Yes, sir.
Then aromatic compounds they call arenes. You can see benzene, aromatic compounds. Haloalkanes, which will be studying students, alkyl halides or haloalkynes, halides students, which you talked of haloalkanes, what we talked of
Hmm.
RX students, it's like CH3, CH2, X can be F, Cl, Bri. Alcohols, when we discussed classification of alcohols is based on students ROH group. So you are saying
Yes, sir.
NH2, N plus 1 OH, and you have so many examples of these students. So here you can see that the last letter what they are using in the suffix, I have given it table OL. Ketones,
Hmm.
they are all in our course which we are going to study. You are going
Yes,
to
sir.
study alkyl halides, haloalkanes, alcohols, aldehyde ketones, and you know what is the difference between ketones and aldehydes, students. So we study them separately, aldehyde separately, ketone separately, alcohol separately, carboxylic acid separately, acyl chloride. Why? Because we are classifying them. Their properties are
Yes, sir.
different based on functional group classification is most important.
Hmm.
If a functional group is different, then what will happen? They will have different properties, and what we say that they have homologous means
Hmm.
within the same family of ketones, we have homologs differ by CH2 group,
Yes, sir.
CH2 groups. So this will help us in studying. If I study each and every compound separately, will it be possible? You are saying millions of compounds are there. So why we
Hmm.
classify? Because the study becomes easy, systematic, and on the basis of
Uh,
their functional groups, I can study preparation, properties.
yes, sir.
If I say study the property of each every element individually, or impossible. Millions
Hmm.
of compounds. So classification is the most important thing, and this is a very important classification which we do. So you have aldehyde ketones, you have nitriles, students.
Hmm.
You know what is nitriles. We studied the Lewis structure also. We told you what type of structure is there, which shows the correct number of electrons on every atom also,
Uh,
because when we will use the organic chemistry reactions, it will help us.
yes, sir.
And ethers, students, if I write this, if I write this, what will be the IUPAC name of this ether?
Hmm.
What is the IUPAC name? What it means? What is this? This is CH3O CH
Uh,
methoxymethane.
yes, sir.
And what will be this? CH3O CH2 CH2 CH3.
Hmm.
What will be the IUPAC name of this? Methoxy. How many carbons? Three. Methoxypropane. Methoxy. This
Yes.
is the methoxy, student. Longest carbon chain is alkane.
Hmm.
Then you have, students, carboxylic acids.
Hmm.
Important point to be noted. देखो, you are writing something like this. See, now I will keep on replacing this with other groups, and they'll form
Hmm.
acyl chlorides, amides, esters, anhydrides. So if I change these groups, you will keep on forming different types.
Uh,
You can form
yes,
amide
sir.
like this. Also, we have shown, and their classification has been given different. We will. These are all in our course which we are going to study.
Hmm.
So here we are trying to understand the general organic chemistry so that once we come to the functional groups, we will be able to do them easily. Now, I mean, you already know what they have, students.
Hmm.
Amines and how we are going to name them is given an example. Amides. sulfonic acid, nitro compound. So here is a classification which is now going to be more important for us. And our study of organic chemistry will be mainly based on this.
Yes, sir.
How in our course we are studying? We start with alkenes, alkynes. You are starting with halides, haloalkanes, alcohols.
Hmm.
This is our course.
Yes, sir.
What we are going to study with you in organic chemistry. Further, you see, here we have given something more information to you. We are saying functional groups determine chemical reactivity of an organic molecule. Are
Yes,
structure
sir.
that determine the chemical reactivity of a molecule under a given set of conditions. So organic
Hmm.
compounds can be classified into several major categories based on functional group they contain. In the systematic names of organic compounds, numbers indicate the position of the functional groups in the basic
Yes, sir.
hydrocarbon framework. So now it's clear: oxygen containing compound, nitrogen containing compounds, and
Hmm.
for example, hydrocarbons. I'm putting in one table: alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, arenes. They have only
Yes,
carbon,
sir.
hydrogen. Halogen containing compound, students. Here you have alkyl halides and haloalkanes. That will be our first topic of organic chemistry.
Hmm.
Then nitrogen containing compound, students. You have amines, nitriles, nitro compounds, primary amine,
Hmm.
secondary amine, tertiary amine. We'll study that also. Oxygen, where is
Yes, sir.
oxygen in organic compounds? Alcohols, phenols, ether, aldehyde. They all have oxygen. See,
Hmm.
and you studied the important information about oxygen, what type of bond it forms. We studied that. Oxygen, how many bonds it forms? Two, or it can form three, it becomes plus then.
Hmm.
And one bond, then it is minus. Oh, hydroxide ion, you see. So that will be important when we study the reactions. Esters, amide, students. They are
Yes, sir.
derivatives of carboxylic acids. We will study that also. So we are aware of it. Okay.
Hmm.
Now further important points to be noted. In aromatic compound, students, we are using three type of things. For di-substituted, what will be the common names? For example, here we will use for benzene rings a lot of ortho, three type of things: ortho, meta, and para.
Yes, sir.
For di-substituted benzenes, and here we have shown this is our compound, students. This is 1,2,1,2 dimethyl benzene, and
Hmm.
common name is orthoxylene.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Sometimes students common names are important because in exams they give us common names. So what will we do?
Hmm.
So for your exams, for important compound student, common names are also to be known by the students. One is a common,
Okay, sir. Of course.
there is a IUPAC names. These are by the rules given by the IUPAC, and common names are not given by the any rules. I mean, whatever names they have. So this is important. I have brought this for you: xylene, ortho, meta, and para. Para is always 1,4. Okay, 1,4.
Yes, sir.
Meta is always 1,3. Ortho is always 1,2. Example I am giving of xylenes. Okay, noted.
Yes, sir.
Everything to be noted. Your notes are very important.
Of course, sir. Of course. No question about
Ronaldo,
it.
you are such an intelligent child, and you have very good brain. But if you won't work it, it will be wasted. Got my point? You will forget.
Yes, sir. I'm forgetting.
And we repeat so many things, but always tell the students, keep on making your notes. It's a basic thing. Keep
Hmm.
on writing, writing, writing. That is what organic chemistry is, students. You write with your hands, then you won't forget, and use colored pens wherever required, because
To differentiate. Yes, sir.
important things with the colored pens. Same question, you just go and write the answer. That's all. Very easy. But if you are not writing, then what will happen? You will be
We'll forget.
confused, and
Yes, sir.
there will be a lot of mistakes and errors.
Yes,
And
sir.
but
You won't be able to retain it.
it is your mistakes are only because of less practice, not because you don't understand. You understand everything so well, but if you are not practicing, you will lose marks. So keep practicing. We are revising everything for you, everything, basic, foundation, everything. Further, you see, I'm coming to more important things. Again, the questions will be there, students. I'm talking of isomerism, students, isomerism. Now, you know, there's very important concept in chemistry. What are isomers? What are isomers in organic chemistry? Tell me, what are isomers? Forgotten or you remember?
I remember, sir.
What is isomerism?
Sir, isomers are basically same formula but different arrangement of atoms.
Okay, so here I give you again a definition to be able to understand isomerism in organic chemistry shown by two or more organic compounds which have same molecular formula but different properties due to different arrangement of atoms along the carbon skeleton, which is called the structural isomerism, or in space, which is called the stereoisomers.
Okay,
You
sir.
have seen we discussed structural isomers. The structure is different. Chain isomers,
Hmm.
position isomers, functional group isomers. The carbon skeleton structure is different. But then we talked of stereoisomers, enantiomers, diastereoisomers, optical active compound, students. What it means that the question will be there. Optical active. One rotates the plane polarized towards the clockwise direction. Another polarimeter rotates the plane polarized towards anti-clockwise direction. So we talked about dextro and LIGO.
Okay, sir.
So they are stereoisomers, you know, mirror image isomers. They differ in the position of atoms in the space or the groups. The position of groups
Hmm.
is different. So here is a chart for us, a good recap, revision, students. Isomerism means there will be two types. I'm saying structural or stereoisomers. Here you will see chain, position, functional, and metamers.
Yes, sir.
You got remember? And stereoisomers, you will see geometrical, what you studied about cis and trans. In organic chemistry, also you will see this type of isomers, stereoisomers, and optical isomers, which are optically active.
Hmm.
They
Yes,
rotate
sir.
plane polarized either towards clockwise or towards anti-clockwise direction, students, in a polarimeter.
Hmm.
So we should be able to know all these, students, basic chemistry, general chemistry I'm talking about, and they will be there in our course when we will start the
Yes, sir.
functional
Okay.
groups. Chain isomers occurs when carbon atoms are linked to the main chain in different ways. See, when we get told you कि write the chain isomers for pentane. What is the formula of pentane? C5H12. You have drawn how many chains you can make? Straight or side like this. So
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 students. You can say I can change the chain like this. 1, 2, 3. Now I have to balance the valency of the carbon, you know already. 4 CH3, CH3, CH3. There will be H, there will be 2H. So there will be more of this. 5 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a bond line representation which I have given. So
Yes,
there
sir.
can be how many I can write? I have to write all the possibilities. They are called, the chain is straight, the chain is branched here, the chain is different, students. Carbon chain is even, they are called chain isomers. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Noted?
Writing, sir. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Note down, note down, note down.
Yes, noted, sir.
Okay. Further coming to the position isomerism, students, that means the position of what is happening, the position of substituents or functional group
Hmm.
is changing, students. So if I say CH3, CH2, 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 OH students, and you are saying, okay, CH3, CHOH, CH2, CH3, what has happened here? This OH group, this at number 1, and this is at number 2.
2. Yes, sir.
So position is changed. For example, if I say butene, can you write the position isomer of butene? How many will be there? How many I can write for butene students? If I say 1, 2, 3, 4, I put a double bond here. What will be that? CH3, CH2. What will be this? CH. Then you can say 1, 2, double bond, and this double bond position is now shifted. H, H, CH3. Got it?
Yes, sir.
1, and this is 1, 2. So but 1 in, and what is this? But 2 in.
2 in.
They are the same molecular formula, as you can see. And
Yes.
third, we are coming to the functional group isomers.
Hmm.
What do you mean by this? What do you mean by functional group isomerism, students? The functional group becomes different. C3H6O, we can draw the functional isomers of this.
Hmm.
Draw the functional isomers. Can you draw it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try it.
Trying, sir. Sir, one is propene 2-on, propan 2-on,
And other?
prop 1-ene.
No, there is some problem. You see that 1, 2, and 3. I put a double bond here, students. 1, 2, and 3. I put a double bond here. Then what becomes H, 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 H. What is this? CH3, CH3. This is called propanone, students. It's a ketone. There is no need to write 2 because there is only one possibility, propanone. And what is this, student? This is aldehyde. 1, 2, 3. Propanol. That's all. So there can be such functional group isomers also. You can do it now. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Can I move further?
Yes, sir. You can move further.
Noted?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another important type of isomer, students, we already are aware of it, which will be used in organic chemistry, metamerism. What happened in metamerism? There are more, but in our course we are mainly going to be talking about that. On the functional group,
Hmm.
either side, the alkyl chains become different. Alkyl chains become different.
Uh,
So if I have
yes, sir.
C4H10O students, so can you draw ethers which are metamers? Okay, try it.
Hmm.
Can you draw ethers which are metamer students? You know, we have discussed ether as a functional group, ethers, but they
Hmm.
have oxygen, carbon, this type of linkage in the ether. So oxygen is between the two carbon students.
Hmm.
So can we write metamers? Metamers, how we can write metamers? If I say
Hmm.
CH3O, CH2, CH2, CH3 exposing how many carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, hydrogen 3 and 10. ठीक है? Or somebody says
Yes, sir.
CH3, CH2O, CH2, CH3. How many? Again 4. Again 4
Hmm.
students. So we can draw such structure, students. 1, 2, 3. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Bond line representation we have given for this. So R group is different on either side of the oxygen, the ether group. So here
Hmm.
they are metamers, students, metamers. The two are metamers. And when I said there are stereo isomerism, students, compounds have the same constituents, same sequence of covalent bonds, but differ in relative position of atoms in space. Relative position of atom, student, in space. They are called stereoisomers.
Hmm.
This is a special type of isomerism which we will be talking and has been classified as geometrical and optical isomers. Geometrical isomers, cis and trans, we will study. And in the optical isomer, students, we will, you know what are optical isomers, which rotate the plane of polarized light either towards
Hmm.
clockwise or towards
Anti-clockwise.
anti-clockwise direction, student, D and L. So in stereochemistry or special isomerism is a form in which molecules have the same molecular formula and sequence but differ in three-dimensional orientation of space. This contrasts with structural isomers which share the same molecular formula but the bond connections or in their order differs. In that only structure were different bond chains, OH group shifting position or metamers, but here in space, three-dimensional space, you will see.
Hmm.
We'll talk about chiral carbons, achiral, which we studied. This is will be discussed. There is no need to discuss them here. When we will come to the organic compounds, when we will study alkyl halides, I will discuss that optical isomers in that example more in detail. We're not going
Hmm.
into more details of this.
Okay, sir. No problem.
In inorganic, also in coordination compounds, we will be discussing the geometrical isomers and optical isomers are important question for the exam. So we are not going into
Hmm.
detail here, students. All right, up to now, this is our end of this,
Hmm.
and then more I will discuss in my next class. That
Okay, sir.
will be based on electronic effects like inductive effects resonance effects, electromagnetic effects,
Hmm.
and the how the bonds break, homolytic, heterolytic fissions, what type
Hmm.
of
Yeah.
intermediates are formed, carbocations and carboanions. So this was the fourth part of the organic chemistry. So next
Hmm.
time we will discuss the further about that electronic factors. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So okay, good night. Then we'll see you in our next lecture.
Okay. Good night, sir.
Okay.